Hey, subscribe! I've got some great videos. In a world called Deimos lives a 19-year-old boy named Noi. Right now he was having an argument with his parents because they want him to marry some random rich man, all because Noi is able to have children, so he believes that they just want him to make a heir for that random guy. Mother, father, I don't want to marry some random person. Why not? If you do, we'll live a good life. But I don't even know that guy! You'll know him once you're married to him. Noi couldn't get through to his selfish parents, so he ran out of the house crying and ran into the woods close to his house. After all the running, Noi had stopped to catch his breath and he had heard some noises in the bushes. He pulled out his weapon to defend himself, only to find out that it was his friends, Leaf, Rise, and Ash. What are you guys doing here? Well, we were coming to visit you, but we saw you running out of your home, so we decided to follow you to see if you were alright. So would you mind telling us what the heck happened over there? Well, the thing is... Noi explained what happened with him and his parents, which shocked the three. What the hell's wrong with them? It seems that they were using him for their own needs. Their selfish needs, that's for sure. I don't know what to do. I just don't want to go back there. Why not run away? But where is he supposed to go? I have an idea. What is it? Follow me. The others followed Rise to an open area and Rise pulled out a shard from his pocket. What are you gonna do with that? Watch. Rise threw up the shard and a portal opened, surprising the others. What the hell? Rise, where does that portal lead to? It leads to another world. Another world? Yes, to a world called Earth. I've been studying the other worlds and with those shards we can open those portals to the other worlds. But couldn't others open those portals to find Noi? No, because those shards aren't easy to find. It was lucky for me to find one. Rise walked up to Noi and placed his hand on Noi's shoulders. Noi, you should be safe in there. But it's your choice. We can come with you if you want. Noi stood there for a second before speaking. No, I'm fine going on my own. Are you sure? Yes. Besides, I want you guys to stay out of trouble. Noi walked up to the portal and looked back at his friends. Thank you guys. Take care, Noi. Stay out of trouble. Noi nodded and waved goodbye and went through the portal. Soon the portal disappeared right when Noi went in and Noi was taken to what looked like the same woods he was already in. Am I really in another world? He looked around and he couldn't see his friends. He decided to walk around to see what he could find. I guess I better look around to see what I find. After what that had felt like hours, Noi was still in the woods, all tired from walking. I'm so tired. I still don't know the way out of these woods. He was getting weak, so he fell down and he felt something getting stuck on his legs, but he was so tired to see. Before he was about to black out, he heard a faint voice in the distance. Hey, are you alright? The person soon saw that Noi had passed out and his left leg was caught in a trap, causing it to bleed a bit. They took the trap off Noi's leg and picked him up and went back to their place to let Noi rest and wrapped his leg up to stop the bleeding. As they were walking back, they noticed that Noi had horns and wondered why he did, so we decided to ask him once he woke up. Okay, so that was chapter 1. I'm into it so far. That's definitely interesting though, the fact that... So this definitely doesn't take place to My Inner Demons because they're running... In My Inner Demons, they're running out of magic, of course, right? So just casually having shards that like open up to different universes, that's kind of crazy. I'm kind of thankful because I don't know if I could do everyone's voice. I'm sure I can somewhat do Noi's voice, but I don't know about Ash and Rise. That's definitely... That one's a little harder for me, especially as I don't really remember what they sound like. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it eventually. I'll probably do it later today, actually. But anyways, chapter 2, let's go. When Noi woke up, he noticed that he was no longer in the woods, but in someone's house and he was on a couch. What happened when I passed out? He soon saw that there was a blanket over him, so he took it off and saw that his left leg was wrapped up in some bandages. How did my leg get hurt? As Noi was thinking to himself, he heard footsteps and he saw a man with short brown hair, tan skin, and had a tattoo on his left shoulder. Oh, what? Wait a minute. And he was wearing a black tank top with some black pants, walked into the room he was in. You're awake, I see. Noi was taken back by how deep the guy's voice is. Oh yeah, so this is Pierce, right? Notice that he doesn't have horns like him. Huh, interesting. Were you the one who helped me? Yes. Well, thank you for that. So, what's your name? Pierce. Yours? It's Noi. Well, Noi, why were you in the woods? Noi became a bit nervous on how to answer Pierce's question since he ran away from his home and he was from another world. Pierce noticed how Noi reacted to his question and tried calming Noi down. It's okay. You don't have to tell me right away. That helped Noi relax a bit after Pierce told him that. Then Pierce asked him another question. So, Noi, would you like something to eat? Possibly me. No, I'm just kidding, it doesn't say that. It should though. Noi realized that he hadn't eaten ever since he came to Earth, so he was feeling sorta hungry. Yeah, that would be nice. Pierce walked into the kitchen and pulled out some things to cook. Oh my god, he cooks? And after a few minutes he was done and brought 2 plates with him. He gave one to Noi. Well, but what did he cook? Here. Thank you, but what are these? It's steak with some baked potatoes. Do you not like them? No, I just never had these before. Noi cut a piece of the steak and tried it. He was surprised at how good it was. It's really good! His reaction caused Pierce to laugh a bit, which made Noi confused. Why are you laughing? Oh, nothing. Just, you reminded me of a friend of mine. Who might that be? Her name is Aphmau, and all she mostly ate were baked potatoes, so when she had steak the first time, she made the same face you just did. So, where is she? Can I meet her? Well, she lives in a town just down this hill with some of my other friends. Pierce explained that he lives up on a hill because he prefers the peace and quiet, since down in the town it could be kinda crazy, and he only found Noi because he was taking a walk around the woods, and then he saw Noi caught up in a trap he had set for wild animals. So, can I meet those friends of yours? Well, after your leg is healed up. Noi kinda pouted a little because he wanted to see Pierce's friends. Pierce chuckled a bit about Noi's face and thought it was cute. Don't worry, your leg didn't seem all that bad, so it should be healed by tomorrow. Pierce got up and picked up the plates after they were done eating and told Noi that it was time to get some sleep. Noi nodded and told Pierce goodnight, and Pierce did too and walked into the hall back to his room. And Noi pulled the blanket over him and laid back down to the couch and went to sleep. And that's chapter 2. Very interesting. It's weird because obviously Pierce is also a Deimos, or he's a Daemon? What are they called again? They're from Deimos, but they're called Deimos. That's what it is, right? It's weird though because Pierce seems to be human. Maybe not. Maybe that's a twist. Maybe Pierce went like missing a long time ago. I mean, he does live up on a hill, right? That's also interesting that he already knows Aphmau too. All right, next chapter. Before we continue, I need to give you all a very secret mission. If you like the video and subscribe, I will personally buy every single one of you a puppy. Please, I need you all to do this. Don't you all want a puppy? I want a puppy. All right, back to the video. After the two woke up and had breakfast, Pierce checked Noi's leg and it was better, so Noi was able to walk again. Noi then asked Pierce if he could meet all of his friends, and Pierce agreed to do so. And as he was getting ready, he asked Noi a question. So, Noi, what are you? Noi was surprised by that question and hesitated when answering. What do you mean? I never seen anyone with horns like you before. Well, what do you normally see? Pierce then explained to Noi about how there are some people with different types of features. There are some with animal features called werewolves and mifwas. That's right. That's interesting. So this does take place in like a My Street universe. Huh. There were some with animal features called werewolves and mifwas. Werewolves are people with wolf ears and tails, while mifwas are people with cat ears and tails. Next were witches. They were people with the powers to cast spells and make powerful potions. With that information, Noi was really surprised about these werewolves and mifwas and witches. Then he asked Pierce something. But what about you, Pierce? I'm just a regular human. A human? Humans are just people with no animal features or powers like witches. Oh, that must be kinda hard for you. Not really. Plus there are people who are human like me in the town. But what about you, Noi? Noi was still nervous of telling Pierce, but he decided to trust him and tell him what he is. I'm what you call a Deimos. Deimos? Deimos are people with horns and have magic, but we do have a limit of how much we can use. After the whole conversation, Pierce was taking Noi down the hill to take him to the town to meet his friends, but he was still a little surprised to learn what Noi really is, since he did forget to ask about it that day before and he tried to break the silence. So, I forgot to ask, but what is your age? Oh, I'm 19. You? 21. So we're 2 years apart, I see. Pierce just nodded, and soon they made it to the entrance to the town, and they were greeted by a short girl wearing some purple clothing and had long black hair with wolf ears and had a little curled up tail. Wait, what? So this takes place after... Huh. Wolf girl. Hey Pierce, who do you bring with you? Who do you bring with... Wait, hey Pierce, who do you bring with you? This is Noi. I found him injured in the woods yesterday. The girl then walked up to Noi and introduced herself to him. Hi, I'm Aphmau. Nice to meet you, Aphmau. So, Noi, where are you from? Noi started to panic a bit since he still didn't tell Pierce about being from another world, so he couldn't just tell her either. Pierce saw Noi's little panic and tried to explain the situation to Aphmau. He doesn't seem comfortable with that topic yet, so you shouldn't make him talk about it. Aphmau then apologized to Noi, and Noi told her that it was alright since she didn't know anything about him. Then some of Pierce's other friends came up and introduced themselves to Noi. First were Zane and his brother Gareth. The two seemed so different in personality, and Garth was a werewolf. Is he still a werewolf? Well, Zane wasn't, but Noi didn't question it. Next were their lovers. Kawaii-chan was a Mifwa and was Zane's girlfriend, and Lawrence was a human and was Garth's boyfriend. What? We love to see. I knew it! Next were Caitlyn and her boyfriend Travis and Mac and Kim. All of them were humans. Then there was Aphmau's husband Aaron and her children, and all were werewolves. Last was the witch of the town, Lucinda. Noi was a bit nervous meeting all of Pierce's friends at first, but after finding out that they were all nice, he was glad that he ended up in a good place after leaving his world. Pierce, all of your friends are so nice. I'm glad you think so. But what is it? There is one more you haven't met yet, but I'm not sure if you should meet him. Noi was confused about how Pierce was talking about that guy before he could say something. Before he could say something, period, an explosion went off with some laughing in the distance. Noi started to panic while Pierce and the others just sigh in annoyance? Wait, hold up, what's going on? What was that? That was Ian. Ian? Who's that? Then a werewolf that was wearing a blue jacket with some black pants and had blue hair streaked through his short black hair ran to where Noi and the others were. Hey fellas, what you doing here? That's my Ian impression, by the way. None of your business, Ian. Ian noticed Noi and walked up to him. Who is this? Before Noi introduced himself, Ian grabbed one of Noi's horns and started shaking it causing Noi's head to shake too. Wait, why is Ian here? And what's with these horns? Noi started to feel a bit of pain due to Ian pulling on one of his horns, but he couldn't say anything because of the pain. Pierce saw that Noi was in pain and grabbed onto Ian's arm before talking in a scary tone. Let him go now. Is that scary enough for you? Ian let go of Noi's horns and was a bit startled by Pierce's tone. I was too, honestly. Then Aphmau walked up to Ian and started to shout at him. What the heck, Ian? That's my Aphmau impression, by the way. What? I did nothing wrong. Yes, you were hurting him. How was I supposed to know that? I don't know, Ian. I mean, you were kind of shaking him by his horn. That's very sus of you. As those two were arguing, Pierce walked up to Noi as he was touching the horn that Ian grabbed. Noi, are you okay? Sort of, since horns are kind of sensitive. Pierce pulled Noi into a hug and just apologized about Ian while Noi was becoming a red mess after they broke the hug. While Noi was becoming a red mess after they broke the hug, and Pierce was a bit confused on why Noi's face was red. Oh, his face is red. I was like, red mess. Did he kill him? Noi, you seem a bit red. Are you okay? Oh, I'm fine, it's nothing. The others were observing the two and then looked at each other and whispered to each other. Who else is betting that those two are going to be a couple? Me! Wait, when did Kawaii-chan get here? Everyone else agreed minus Ian and Aphmau since they were still arguing. Then Kawaii-chan walked up to Noi and Pierce. Oh my god, I actually have to talk as Kawaii-chan. Hey Noi-kun, would you mind coming with me for a bit? That's my Kawaii-chan voice, by the way. Oh, sure? Great! Is that better? Great, I'm Kawaii-chan. Kawaii-chan then grabbed Noi's arm and dragged him to her place while Pierce had a feeling what was going to happen and followed. Oh god, Kawaii-chan's gonna show him the ships. The whole shrining of ships. The others just went off to do their own thing and broke up the argument that Ian and Aphmau were having. And that's chapter 3. Honestly, this is very interesting. I'm very confused about the timeline, but it's obviously doesn't have to follow any timeline. But this is really cool so far. I actually really like it. I do wonder how this romance is gonna progress, because obviously there's a romance between Pierce and Noi, so that's definitely a ship I didn't expect. When I think of like shipping Aphmau characters, Noi and Pierce is not it's not a couple that I think of, so that's very interesting. I definitely want to see how they progress. I'm also very terrified of Kawaii-chan, because like the fact that she's like, hey, I'm gonna bring you to my place, and then Noi's like, oh sure, okay, like you're gonna get killed, careful. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm definitely really looking forward to it. If you want to read the story, this story is called Someone I Can Trust and Love by Rainbow975. But yeah,